How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I have for you all a prediction on the remaining 6 rewards for the signature teams. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. We see that it says play with NL teams. This is something that's currently going on. Some people have already unlocked this Jason Kendall. I have completed a few of these moments, but I wanted to focus this video on predicting the remaining 6 rewards that we see here that will arrive every week or so. Then when we get to a couple weeks down the road, September 27th, we will see 2 rewards, and then the collection for the final boss reward. Kind of it's similar to the programs, as well as it's all these are non-sellable. So I kind of want to just go into some cards I think could get options for this. Let me first start with I am going to be using some other games as well to use some of the card art and stats for some of these players. So let's go ahead and hop into this prediction video. The first card that I think that could possibly get a signature card for one of these rewards is this Jose Altuve. This is the finest card from MLB The Show 17. Definitely solid. I'm not going to go through the stats too much on some of these cards. I just want to say where I think some of them might fall in this program, and kind of my background information on some of those. I think we're going to get a couple infielders and a couple outfielders, as well as one pitcher possibly. I think that during the rewards where they might release 2, we might see a pitcher. But let me go ahead and continue talking a little bit about this, and then I will have my final predictions at the end of the video as well. So the second card I think could get a signature card in this program is a Signature Series Ernie Banks. I know that he already has a 93 overall version in MLB The Show 19. He definitely had a good card in MLB 17 and 18 as well. I think that Ernie Banks would be a great option for this. A nice, solid, power-hitting shortstop with good fielding that can rival Cal Ripken, maybe even be better than Cal Ripken. I don't know if he would get a 99 card. This one he had a 97. I could see him with a 97 signature card as well. But I think another good option for infield is this Robin Yount. I did talk about a couple of these cards in a previous video when I was kind of predicting how the program would come out. I thought we would get 2 teams of signature players, so it would be like similar to the legend teams that you can practice in MLB The Show 19 against. But I was mistaken. I'm bound to be wrong on some of these predictions as well. But I did want to get you guys my thoughts and kind of talk a little bit about these future players that could potentially get signature cards, whether or not they're in the program or not. So I think another card, first baseman Jeff Bagwell. I think he very well deserves a Signature Series card, and I think that he will be getting one soon. We see a couple left-handed first basemen now. We also see a couple right-handed first basemen with Frank Thomas, Paul Goldschmidt, guys like that. I think that Jeff Bagwell deserves one, and we could see him in this program for a non-sellable free 96 to 99 overall Jeff Bagwell, I would say. So definitely think that this card's worthy of a reward and could fit this program. The next one is kind of a sleeper pick. I don't necessarily think that this one could be chosen, but I haven't really seen anyone talk about a Signature Series Cole Hamels. There was a boosted Cole Hamels in a previous moment a while back, and that doesn't really mean anything, but it could mean that there is a Signature Series card coming, and it could be in this program. I think that this lefty would be a nice addition. We just got a David Price as well, so I'm not too sure how many more lefty starting pitchers we are going to get, but I think that this is an important card to include. Might not get one this program, but maybe in the future. I think another one that I'm really excited to see, this one is from MLB 19, Walter Johnson. He did have a Battle Royale reward earlier on in the year, and you can still get this card in BR, I believe. I'm not really sure if he's now a 12-game or something like that. I also saw Sean Green as a 12-game for myself, so that's why I mentioned that. But I definitely am excited to get a Signature Series Walter Johnson with a little bit higher per nines. This card has a glitchy motion. He slings the ball and has a pretty good pitch repertoire. I think that he could rival Bob Feller if they give him a 5th pitch, and could also be a little bit more effective than Bob Feller with a little bit better control. I'm not quite sure. I think Walter Johnson could very well get a signature card. I don't necessarily think it will be in this program, though. Just wanted to include him in this video as a possibility. I think that this card and Cole Hamels are the least likely of all the cards that I predicted in this one, but I just wanted to put him in here as well. I think that a card that will get a reward, though, is Mike Schmidt. I talked a little bit about this card previously for a World Series reward. He did not get one, but I definitely think we will see a Signature Series Mike Schmidt pretty soon here. Barry Larkin is another card that is a potential signature as well. I think that this shortstop could very well rival some of the better shortstops in the game. Plays a little bit different with some more contact and a little bit of speed, as well as, I mean, some other shortstops in the game also have some speed, but this card will combine a little bit of power against lefties with some speed as well as some good defense. So I think that he could be included in the program as well. I'm not sure, obviously, if they go with a different infielder that I chose, like Robin Yount or Jose Altuve, then that decreases this card's chances. Same thing for those other guys. If they chose this card, then they probably won't go with Robin Yount or Jose Altuve, if that makes sense. But I think that as we move up into these tiers, these cards are going to be a little bit more rare. Obviously, 99 Mike Trout could potentially be the final boss reward. I'm not really sure. I think that he's a very good potential card for this as well. We saw the 99 Mike Trout was a free immortal in MLB The Show 18. I definitely could see them doing that as well. Non-sellable Mike Trout. We have seen some of those in years past. We've also seen sellable Trouts on the market from events and stuff like that. So just kind of some speculation here. I don't know who they're going to go with, but I definitely think for the final boss, we are going to get a legit card, a 99 card like the screenshot says. But another one is Babe Ruth. Obviously, Babe Ruth is a card that a lot of you guys think that is going to be chosen for this program as the final boss reward. And I think this would be a good one. A non-sellable Babe Ruth will definitely affect the game a little bit. It's going to take down the cost of some of the other cards, I would say. But meanwhile, there is a stub sale going on too, so it's tough to tell with the market and everything. But I think that Babe Ruth being non-sellable will be a dub for SDS, as well as they could make him into the program or something else along the line. So I think that this card is definitely a potential card. We'll definitely get a signature card eventually in the game. I just hope they don't wait too long to where other games have come out. The player base has decreased a little bit. But anyway, let's continue it on with some of these really high-tier cards in Ted Williams. I think that that's another great option for the final boss. This was actually my prediction in my other video when I was talking about how they revealed the cards on their Twitch stream. I thought that immediately the thing that stuck out to me the most was Ted Williams. He has been a very rare card in previous MLB The Shows. You were able to unlock him for free last year, but then in years past he was the collection reward. So I can see them going with a more non-sellable free option with this Ted Williams. Chipper Jones is another great one, a switch hitting, power hitting, outfielder, third baseman type. I don't know if he'll get I don't know if he'll get a secondary at shortstop with his signature card, but I definitely think he'll have third base and some outfield positions. This card's going to be absolutely amazing in MLB The Show 19. He has a great swing, switch hitter, and he's going to have great stats because he does have high vision, high contact, and high power as well. Not the greatest speed, but for a switch hitter, he'll have decent speed, probably in the mid-60s, as we see here on this card. But anyway, Chipper Jones is a card that I cannot wait for. I'm surprised they haven't released at least one of these cards already, like a Trout, Ted Williams, Chipper Jones, Babe Ruth, and then maybe Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols is another one that I think could be the boss, and I'm going to quickly kind of show you guys in more depth within the program as we move up a couple of screenshots here. But Stan Musial is another one, a big-time fan favorite. The thing about this card that I think decreases his chances for being the big boss of this signature team program is that he's a Cardinals player. We already have a ton of Cardinals signature players in MLB The Show 19. So I'm not sure if they're going to go with him, but you never know. There are already a lot of Cardinals, and they might just release another one. But I could also see Stan Musial being a little bit of a lower tier, not really a lower tier, but he'll still be a high overall, but I could see him being released on September 27th with one of those two cards as well, possibly earlier. I'm not really sure, but I think that this card has a potential to get a signature card in this program. Another one, and I think the only pitcher that really makes sense in this one is Tom Seaver. I know I included a couple other pitchers in this video as well, and I think that this card makes the most sense. He would also be released later on in the program, potentially the boss, but I don't think that they're going to give a pitcher for the boss reward, although Tom Seaver would be the guy. I mean, he would be the best one in the game, I would think, and the pitcher to rival Clayton Kershaw for the best in the game. I think that they're going to end up giving a free pitcher throughout this program, and he is going to be pretty good to rival the free pitchers in Nolan Ryan and Clayton Kershaw. But anyway, let's continue this rolling. I think that a flashback card that has not had a signature series already in the game is Max Scherzer. We see the Chris Sale as the Flawless Battle Royale 12-0 card, and I was predicting that he would get one. I didn't think he would get one before Max Scherzer, but at the same time, he definitely deserves one, and I think that Max Scherzer is right around the corner. He is going to get one here pretty soon if it's not in this program. So let me go ahead and talk a little bit about this screenshot and reveal some of the cards that I think. So we'll see a new signature card on September 6th, upcoming here next Friday, I believe, next Thursday or Friday. But anyway, I think it's going to be Jose Altuve. I have this card in as the first reward. Jose Altuve, 99 overall. I don't know if he's necessarily going to get a 99, but I definitely think that this card would be a great card to add in. I know we just got Jackie Robinson as a second baseman. I think that second base is more of a thin position in this year's game. I see a lot of people using Roberto Alomar, Jackie Robinson, Joe Morgan, and this would just be another righty to add to Dustin Pedroia, Brandon Phillips, guys like that. I think that I think Altuve would probably be used a little bit more than those guys and would be a very good signature card. I think that the next tier, they would have to go with more of a power hitter, and I'm going to go with Jeff Bagwell in this situation. I think that a power hitting first baseman would definitely be a great selection for this, and also a lot of people would like to use some of these cards. Keep in mind that this first one for Jason Kendall says play with NL teams, so the next one might be play with AL teams. That also matches up with the Astros and Jose Altuve. However, I don't think that they will give two Astros players in this program, so that's kind of where it messes me up with my prediction with Bagwell and Altuve. But at the same time, I still think that these would be the best cards to release for this program. It's also a little bit of hope as well. So I'm predicting what I think is the best content for this, as well as I'm also predicting what I hope is going to be in this program. I think that these cards are going to be awesome, and I hope that they go with some of these choices. I think that the next one on September 20th could be a nice Mike Schmidt. I think that this would be a great card to release after a couple middle infielders or a corner infielder and first baseman. I think you have to go with a solid third baseman, a power hitting guy that has diamond fielding, and a pretty good all-around player. Mike Schmidt is an incredible third baseman in history, and I think that they would have to go with someone like this, possibly another Barry Larkin. They could kind of flip-flop some of these guys, swap them in and out type of thing, where maybe Barry Larkin is the first one released, and then Altuve after that, stuff like that. So kind of just guessing in some of these rewards, but I also don't think that Barry Larkin will get a 92. He did have a little bit of a higher overall in 17, and then I think he'll get about a 95 to a 97 in MLB The Show 19. That's just my guess. But I think that when they release a card or two cards for this September 27th program, I think we'll also see a pitcher. I think that they'll release a position player and a pitcher at this point in time. Because there are two rewards, I don't see them going with two position players. I think that we could see a Tom Seaver here. We also might see the Cole Hamels signature series. We also might see the Walter Johnson signature series in this position. But I wanted to just go with some predictions, some solid predictions for you guys. I think that Tom Seaver could very well get that spot for the second signature card on September 27th. So now we're to the final collection reward, the big time boss, the 99 overall signature series player. And I'm going to start with the one that I think has the least amount of chance in Stan Musial. I think that he would have the least amount of chance to get this, also because I mentioned it earlier. He's a Cardinals player. Don't know if they would have this be the endgame boss, but I definitely would be okay with it. I am a big fan of Stan Musial. He's a great card in last year's game, and I'm really excited to use him in this year's game. However, I don't know if I would start him. He'd probably be more of a bench bat. That's why I think that they'll probably go with an endgame player that everybody really wants, possibly a Mike Trout. I think that Mike Trout could be in this position as well. He would be a 5-tool outfielder that you would want to start, and but there are also a lot of outfielders in the game, so I don't know if they're going to go with an outfielder. I figured I would include a couple of them and a couple other positions as well. I think that another good candidate for this big boss, I mentioned it earlier, Chipper Jones, 99 overall Chipper Jones would be a great selection for this. A switch hitter once again. This card is absolutely amazing. I think that it would get people hyped to grind this program. I think that some people are thinking, I don't know if I want to play all these 3-inning computer games when I don't know what the rewards are. So hopefully they release them a little bit in advance, or they reveal them in advance, and people can kind of prepare for that and grind out these computer games, because it is going to be a lot of games, especially with more content coming out in the next couple of weeks. But once again, Teddy Williams could be the big boss right here. He was a collection reward in years past, pretty rare, free last year, and I think that he could be the guy. I think that this would be a big-time dub for SDS. I think a lot of people want this card, and also might not start in the outfield because of the way defense is in this year's game. But at the same time, you can't really pass up on this guy's bat. I would probably start him and move Tony Gwynn down to the bench. I think that would be the move. Start him in left field, put Griffey in right. Anyway, I think it gives a lot of options. I do have a couple other selections here at the very end of this video right now. And I think that another option is Albert Pujols. I think a lot of people are waiting for this card. Once again, another Cardinals player. I'm not sure if they're waiting to release this card into a program. I thought we might see him in the 6th inning program with Piazza and Griffey, but they went ahead and picked Jackie Robinson for that, which is also a really good card. I also could have seen Jackie Robinson in this program. I think that he could have been a big boss as well. I'm kind of glad that he isn't, though, because I think it leaves more room for some of these other cards that are going to be end game no matter what. I don't think you can leave Pujols out of your lineup to end the game. I think that at the end of the game cycle, you have to have this card starting. He was starting for me in last year's game. And to end this one, I think that the final card or the final possibility has to be Babe Ruth, right? I mean, you guys said it. You guys are thinking it's Babe Ruth. Let me know if I missed a card in this video that you think has a really good chance to be in this program or even to get a signature card at the end of the year. I think that's also very good information. Any cards that you guys come up with that could potentially get one. Like, for example, I wasn't thinking of the Sergio Romo. I was looking at him in years past. I just didn't include him in a prediction video because I didn't think he would get one yet before some of these other guys. Now, I could be wrong on a lot of these. Of course, I could be wrong on some of these selections, but I did want to include this, and let me know what you guys think. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about here. We are going to see a few other things here. Let me go ahead and hide these guys. We do see the schedule coming up here, but this schedule is going to be pretty important. As we see here, the next most important information is going to be the live stream on September 5th with the SDS. Revealing Moments Extreme and August Flashback. So we're not really sure what that is. If you guys noticed in some of these moments for the signature cards, there are some new flashbacks or some unreleased flashbacks or legends that could be potentially in those Legends and Flashbacks packs, those free ones that you're able to complete in that signature team program. But this is my prediction for that program. I hope I made this video well enough for you guys that you understood what I was kind of saying. And I think that this information coming up here is an absolute dub. I mean, to end it, we have this future content coming up. I also included this in a previous video, but just want to get this schedule out there for you guys, as well as there is a stub sale going on. So if you haven't bought the game yet, it's not only just stubs. I know that the digital deluxe version is 40% off, or just the game in itself is 40% off. If you haven't got the game and you're interested in playing it, it's not too late. I mean, you can really get a good team pretty fast in this year's game just by playing it, grinding it out, and even playing the computer now, you're able to get a pretty good team, and you will be in the next couple of weeks with all these signature cards being able to be redeemed for free. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you learned something, or maybe this sparked an idea of yours, and let me know in the comment section down below. But until next time, guys, everyone, peace out. I'm College Lefty.